Hi, I'm Jake,
And I'm Ashley,
and this is the Wonderful Thing About Disney podcast.
because Disney's a wonderful thing. Come on down, stop on by, hop a carpet, and fly with us as we discuss the parks, treats, and all things Disney, with new episodes every wonderful Wednesday.
And you know what time it is. It's Wednesday, and if you're here with us, then it's a wonderful Wednesday.
It's absolutely a wonderful Wednesday.
Absolutely, and this Wednesday is extra wonderful because we have not one, but two guests here with us, and we are so excited to have Maddy and Zoe joining our episode today. Hey, ladies.
Hi! We're so excited to be here with you guys.
This is so great. We have been so pumped to do this episode for a while now. I know we've been kind of chatting back and forth, but this is really special. We kind of met on Instagram and found each other because of the Disney community, and you guys do something really, really cool and special. We want to get into it, but before we jump into some questions, maybe tell us, what is this grand adventure that you've created?
Yeah, so find Disney-inspired homes, both private homes and short-term rentals.
Yes, and we are, just to clarify, we are an interior design team, so we do not just our own home, but anyone who wants a Disney-themed home, we will happily do it.
This is so cool.
So awesome.
And as soon as we saw your account and the pictures and the videos that you're sharing, I mean, you guys have an incredible skill and knack for this. It's such a neat niche that you have found for yourselves, but we'll get into all of that. Thanks for being here. We've got some questions for you. Let's get started.
Yeah, so I think the first question that we have is, what is your Disney origin story? We have to know.
Yeah, where did your love from Disney come from?
Yeah, so my family are very much like Disney people. My great-grandfather retired from Gilling, West Virginia to Ocala to ride the monorail, like in 1972.
Wow.
He decided his dream was to retire to Ocala and ride the monorail every day. And my grandparents started taking my mom and all of her sisters. She has 3 sisters there. The year Disney opened, and camped at Fort Wilderness for like decades, basically. And so my family are DVC members, and I've recently pulled Maddy into this.
Yeah, so actually, I was not a Disney person until we started doing this. So I had been twice in my life, once as a very small child with my mother, and then once I went in high school with my high school band. I don't know if you guys are familiar with at Disney Springs, there's like a concert venue, a big clamshell where like different bands can perform. And so me and my cello drove from New Jersey to Orlando in a bus with my entire high school band and went down there and spent like 2 days at Disney practicing, which was actually genuinely very cool. We got to practice with like the actual official Disney band, and they taught us some songs and stuff.
Wow.
And then we played my high school band repertoire at Disney, and then I got to drive back home with my whole high school band in a bus. But other than that, I had never been before this past March when Zoe and I went, because we got a client down there and had started doing Airbnb Disney themed houses. And so I was like, I think we need to maybe see it for real.
Yeah.
So Zoe pulled me in that way.
And back in March, we worked for a couple days, and then we went to the parks, which insane that we did not go to the park before we started work on this.
Yeah, we went to the house first.
Amazing.
We worked for like 2 days, and then a friend flew down, and we went to the park for like a week. We did it like so well. We stayed at the Polynesian, we character dining, the whole 9 basically. And from someone who's like, I'm not buying a magic band because we probably won't even come back, to, well, how does it work out if we buy the annual passes?
That's amazing.
I love it.
I drank the Kool-Aid very quickly. The mouse Kool-Aid.
The mouse Kool-Aid.
This is a safe place. Like, however you come, all are welcome to this happy place. So we're so glad that you're a part of this with us all. Incredible. So how did you both even meet? Like, where, because if I understand right, you don't even live in the same town or even same state?
No.
We met at essentially summer camp. We both signed up for the same volunteer program in Spain in high school, where the only qualification was that you could not know how to speak Spanish, because we taught English to Spanish-speaking teenagers at a luxury hotel summer camp.
Nice.
Which is exactly as much fun as you think it would be to be like 16 in Spain and like with just a giant group of teenagers from all over the world. It's a blast.
Yes.
So cool.
Fantastic. No, it was an English immersion program for Spanish teenagers, and so they flew in the English immersion. So there were Anglos from all over the world. Like we have friends that we still talk to from this program. It's been that was like 2012, 2013, and so it's been a while. But like I mean, we have friends in Amsterdam, Ireland, Australia, England, like literally everywhere who we still talk to, and also each other.
That's so cool. So
we talk multiple times every single day.
Yeah. So you literally had to go to Spain to become best friends, and now here you are running a business together.
Yeah. No. Well, and not even that. Like I was maid of honor in Zoe's wedding. Like
wow.
We're very much entrenched.
Oh yeah. No.
Like my boyfriend's mom drove from upstate New York to Maine and went to her parents' store in Bridgeton last weekend. Like.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Just really a weird string of events for us all here. You've lived with us on and off.
Yeah, on multiple occasions.
Amazing.
It all started in Albacete, Spain.
Incredible.
Yeah. We got a boat yesterday. She's like, next summer is gonna be so great.
It is. I'm stoked for the boat.
Awesome.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your business.
So we're an interior design team, and so we do both residential and short-term rental design. So our main focus is really like whimsical luxury. It's sort of the way that we try to brand it. So things that are tasteful and upscale, but still fun and colorful and exciting and happy. So, there's, especially in the Orlando short-term rental market, there's a lot of Disney Airbnbs out there that are either, very sterile, very, standard short-term rental, or a 14-foot tall minion greets you when you walk in the door. And so, we've tried to, there's obviously, as you guys are so aware, there's an entire diaspora of Disney fans, and, Disney people really span like the entire, like across the country, across the world, anyone is a Disney fan. But so we've really tried to, work with clients who are interested in, Disney design that isn't, sort of what's out there already. So like we said, sort of the like very fun, upscale, tasteful, but still exciting, colorful, lots of different inspiration from different movies, sort of all across the Disney world. And we also do projects that are not Disney themed as well. So, we've done projects in Maine, we've done projects in Arkansas, in Kansas, in the Bahamas, we've done projects all over, but, that's sort of like through line of fun, upscale, but still colorful and whimsical kind of.
Yeah.
We try to keep that as a through line.
With our Disney stuff, design something that there aren't adult and kid rooms. It's rooms that if you're 35, 65, or 5, you'd be like, oh, this is really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's important.
And that's what really jumped out to me when we started, exploring your page and everything is some of the things are very, very subtle. There's some, very obvious in your face type stuff, but others you're like, wait a minute, is that what I think it is? And it is. And that's just honestly really magical and so cool. So how did this whole thing start? How did you guys start your business?
Well, so the shorter story is that my husband and I built a house in Maine in 2021 and really loved the process of it as a whole. And our house was featured in Maine. Maddy helped a lot with the selection process and came up and actually painted my house for like 2 full weeks in April and May. Like the most depressing time to come to Maine ever. And I like literally cried when she and her boyfriend left. I was like, what are we supposed to do now to finish this place?
Yeah, which did yield some of the single worst photos of us ever taken, which is a really, really high bar. Like it's us in like paint stained jackets and leggings, like rollering.
Love it.
No activity and no running water at this point too. Oh, wow. In April and Maine. So being from Utah, I'm sure you guys get that. Snow, right?
Yeah.
The depths of winter. Yeah.
So And our house was featured in one of the best new build homes in the state by Maine Magazine, which was a huge honor and like just super cool. And our first client reached out to the editor of Maine Magazine and was like, well, I really love their style. Can they design my house? So the editor reached out to me and I was like, well, I guess we'll figure it out. So Maddy and I actually previously had a business in a completely unrelated field. So we already had the basis of business set up. We already had bank accounts and we already had an LLC and we already had the foundational stuff, but it was just pivoting, which is at that point. And
and we had been at the time actually like looking to pivot anyways, just, you know, what we had originally started our business in was something completely unrelated to everything both of us were passionate about. You know, it was something that we had sort of really fallen into. And we were, you know, looking for something that we were like more passionate about, more actually interested in. And so we had already been sort of discussing, you know, something new, what our next move was going to be. And so when this client reached out, it kind of,
there was your sign.
Our sign, truly. And it turned out to be in Orlando and a Disney-themed Disney home. And we were like, well, that is just so fun. And we were like, you know what, let's start with the bathrooms. Because if you hate it, we're starting small.
Right.
Like small rooms. And if you don't like them, you don't have to hire us for the rest of the house.
Okay.
If we don't like doing this for other people, like long distance and everything, you know, we're starting small. So we did that, and, you know, we kind of started with the designs for the bathrooms and got going on that. And they were like, well, would you do the rest of the house? And we were like, well, we were really hoping you'd ask, because it turns out we love us.
That's
and
amazing.
honestly, those bathrooms are some of my favorite projects we've done to date.
That's so cool.
Like, they're beautiful.
That's awesome. So, okay, kind of pivoting from that a little bit, but like for the bathroom, like where did you get that inspiration, or where do you get your general inspiration for, all of your builds?
So, I mean, we're inspired by so many different things. I mean, definitely going down to the parks has been a huge thing. We'll be like, oh, we're not going to work tonight. We're just going to go have fun at Epcot or Magic or whatever. And then we're like, oh, but what about this scene from It's a Small World, and like the specific striping near the hippo with the eyelashes? What if we like do that somewhere? That sort of thing. But one thing that we're really inspired by is other Disney creators. The website Spoonflower, it's a platform for artists to market their surface pattern designs as wallpaper, as fabric. I think you can do like bed linens and napkins and stuff too. And so searching Disney brought us to this kind of like really cool Peter Pan toit. And the whole thing kind of, for this one room, kind of hinged on that. So we did that, and then a complimentary green color, and it's now like the Peter Pan powder room. So it's just such a fun, like, little storybook nod, because we really didn't want to have the kind of thing where it is like Mickey Mouse is 14 feet tall and staring at you, and grew from the Mickey across the way. We wanted to be
no live action Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter.
That's a real example. Someone put that as a full length wallpaper in a bedroom, is the real life Johnny Depp.
Which again, if that's your thing, power to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not here to yuck or yum.
Right.
This is not
I love that. I'm not here to yuck or yum. That's amazing.
Really tried to sort of build something a little bit different than that.
Yeah.
And actually, it's funny. Zoe, mentioned the small world thing, and the first time we were in the parks, like on our first day in the parks, we were trying to do like an end of the night doorbuster of like, we got on Haunted Mansion. And again, like, this was my first time in the parks, and we were like, okay, we're just going to the parks, like, we're just gonna go have fun, we are not working tonight, like, this is just it. And we were sitting on the Haunted Mansion ride being like, I'm gonna get this damask wallpaper. So we're like, we draw a lot of inspiration from the parks, from the resorts, from the movies. And there's so much, like, there's such a big Disney community out there of people who make just like incredible Disney fan art, Disney merchandise, Disney, if it's out there, it exists, and someone has thought of it. And so, there's such a community that we can draw inspiration from as well, which has just been incredible to be able to, incorporate into our designs.
That's so cool. I love that. So let's say that you get a call from a client. Walk us through how you kind of discover what they're looking for, to make that magic happen. Like, how do you build a project? Because I imagine these are very personal sometimes.
Yes, we definitely get to know our clients. We hear about everyone's kids and their pets,
Nice.
and a lot of times it turns into therapy for everyone at some point in the process. Everyone is like, I'm having this problem, and we're like, okay, well, we can't fix that, but we can paint.
There it is. That's right. Paint therapy. Perfect.
We actually are just going through this with a new client that we're talking about onboarding in the next couple weeks. I had an intro call with her on Friday, and they just bought this Airbnb in Orlando, and they've actually never seen it in person. Wow. And she's like, I think that the bigger kids would want cars and little kids want Bluey. And we go, okay, well, how are we going to do that in kind of our own style?
Yeah.
While kind of still staying with what they want. And so I was like, I don't know about Bluey. Like, how are we going to do it? It's not really Disney. And then I was like, Maddie and I kind of went back and forth with each other. And we're like, wait, what if we do Bluey and Bingo's bedroom and recreate that instead of doing Bluey merch?
Yeah, that's so cool. What a great idea.
Yeah. And we really do try to get to know the clients. And, obviously it's their home, it's their property. Like, it's not based on what we want, it's based on what they want. So if they want us to come in and say, we have no ideas, I want to come back to this as a fully designed house, that is great, we will take that on. And if a client comes in and says, I would like a Bluey bedroom, we say, okay, great, we will make that work, and we will make that look the way that we think is the best way that a Bluey bedroom can look, so that everybody is happy with it. So like, we have a client who we had gone through the process of, several bedrooms in the upstairs were going to be themed off different Disney movies. We had gotten the okay with 4 movies. We were, moving forward. We had started sourcing, we had started designing, and then the client's husband came in and said, I really, really want there to be a Star Wars room. And so, they're the client, it's their house. So we said, okay, great, let's make a Star Wars room.
Let's pivot.
And now we have a killer Star Wars room. It looks so cool.
Amazing.
So, it's very collaborative with our clients in terms of like, and we have incredible clients. Like, we really do, which is corny to say, but we really do, like, we really get to know them, get to know what their vision is, what they want to get out of the collaboration, what they want to get out of engaging with us. And then, based on that, we understand what the space needs. We understand what, like, the market is looking for in terms of like who they specifically are looking to attract, what it is that their like main objectives are going to be. And then we go from there and design from there.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we're really as involved as our clients want us to be. Some people want, an initial drawing and maybe some help sourcing, and some people want project management where we order flooring, we talk to contractors, we coordinate trucking, we do all of the things, and they may do the more hands-on stuff. Like, we have a great client actually in Orlando who does a lot of her own painting and flooring and stuff and executes a lot of our vision, but we coordinate like the purchases of everything. So
Gotcha.
it truly is a partnership between us and our clients.
Yeah, so it sounds like you guys have really good relationships with your clients, but what about like vendors? I'm sure you have great relationships with vendors in order to get those, Disney magic things. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah,
we have some incredible vendors that we work with. And actually, like I mentioned before, like with the Disney community, there are so many people out there who are like Disney creators and Disney vendors that we've built up relationships with that have enabled us to do some genuinely incredible things. So like, we have a vendor in the Orlando area who actually he's an authorized like parks reseller. So he is able to source park used furniture and items from the Disney resorts, from the parks themselves, and typically doesn't usually sell them to individual like, designers and stuff like that. But because we've been able to curate this relationship, awesome. We actually work with him for a lot of our projects in the area to be able to get park used props and furniture pieces and stuff like that to be able to use in these houses. So like, one of our Airbnbs in Orlando, for example, all of the dining room chairs are from the Art of Animation Resort, and so they're like giant leaves from the Bug's Life. Or we have a mirror that's from, I believe, the beach resort So you can correct me if I'm wrong.
We have Caribbean Beach and we have Yacht and Beach Club mirrors.
Nice.
That's so cool.
That's so cool.
So it's so fun, and it saves our clients a lot of money too. I mean, these are things like significantly below what we would pay normally, and they're just such good quality because they're meant to be used by just so many people. So we've bought chairs from the boardwalk, and we had a really cool one. We bought fire clay tile in like a Mickey damask pattern that were used as background walls in Disney stores.
Wow.
Yeah. We have a park used orange bird sign, for example, that's going in the kitchen of another project. And then, and then beyond that, we have, so Zoe mentioned Spoonflower before, but so through Spoonflower, we were able to find a pattern designer, a textile designer who works very heavily in the Disney space. And so she was actually able to make us a custom wallpaper pattern that we used in a Beauty and the Beast themed room. And actually that creator is going to be in Orlando at the same time that we're going to be in a couple of weeks. And so she's actually going to be able to come see her pattern in use in the house, like custom designed for us. And so, we have been able to curate a lot of personal relationships with these vendors that's enabled us to do some just like incredible things that nobody else has, because again, they're like custom and one of a kind and unique to the houses that we've been putting them in, because we've been able to work with these incredible vendors.
And just to give them a shout, that's Disney Bound Dresses on Instagram and on Spoonflower, and they make so many great things. Another one that we use is Operation Exploration Shop on Instagram. I think they have a website too, and they make these like just the coolest shirts. And I saw one of their Haunted Mansion Halloween shirts in their Halloween drop, and I was like, wow, I'd love to buy this as an art print. And she's like, well, we've never sold an art print. And I'm like, but can I buy an art print? And she's like, well, I can figure that out.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it was truly unique art by people who really are excited about what we're doing, and we're excited about what they're doing. And the Disney community has just been so great and just so embracing of what we're doing. It's been really cool.
And it's neat that you're able to make this work, because you're both from the Northeast, so you're a long way from any of the parks. But I mean, how did you make this Disney business being so far away?
We get down there pretty often. I mean,
more than I thought we would.
A couple weeks from now to work on three different houses while we're down there, and then hitting up Mickey's Not So Scary.
Nice.
And Epcot Food and Wine, which we're very excited about. But I think, being part of the Disney creator community, like on social media, has been such a huge thing for us to feel connected to everything that's going on there. I mean, I think there's Disney creators that are, kind of all over the world. People people connect with Disney from all corners of the world, really. And we're a quick, hour and a half, $55 flight.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the world really isn't as big as it used to be at all. I mean,
no.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, and kind of beyond that, we're in, very consistent communication with our clients as well.
Mm-hmm.
So even when we are, like I'm based in New York, Zoe's based in Maine, but, when we are a couple hundred miles away, we're still able to be in communication with our clients, even, from things like FaceTime to see that the floor install is going properly, to, like communicating with vendors who are maybe across the country. We have a flooring vendor who's based in Ohio that was shipping floors to Florida. That was, it's a very cross-country industry, and, we're able to make that work a lot by just being in constant communication, making sure that everybody is on the same page. Yeah. And, again, like I said, we really try to cultivate good relationships with our clients and with our customers, so that we know that things are going well, so that we know that they're happy, and so that we can keep things constantly moving.
And local construction and contractors as well. We really, we have a flooring guy, we have a painter, we have different people that we know we can call and, get pretty consistent work. I mean, we work in the we're working right now in the Bahamas, in Arkansas, in Orlando, really, truly all over. And the world is not as big as it used to be.
Yeah. So tell us about one of your favorite projects that you've done. You've mentioned a lot, but do you have a favorite?
A little bit like asking who my favorite kid is.
Yeah. I'm excited about different elements of every project that we've ever worked on, honestly. I mean, there's such cool details in every house. What we call the Daisy House in Kissimmee, which will be on the rental market at the end of September. So watch out for that.
Cool.
Yeah, we're going down at the beginning of September to like finalize, do finishing touches, hang art, like
roll out rugs,
roll rugs, that kind of stuff. So very excited about that.
Feels like our house. It's definitely a labor of love. We've, new flooring, new countertops, all new paint, new furniture. I mean, everything new. And the client there has just been so great to work with that this is kind of the first project. And then we've been given a few others from her, and we talk all the time. She's definitely become a friend. And we're just so excited to see this, kind of wrapped up on this house, for other people to get to love it as much as we do.
I love that. So cool.
And again, if you want, we could tell you a little bit more about the Disney elements of that house. Because again, like we've been so involved in, like I said, like constant communication and everything with the client to where, like Zoe said, it really does feel like our house. But so that's the house where we have, the Peter Pan powder room. So it's got a beautiful Peter Pan wallpaper. The other bathroom is actually an Alice in Wonderland themed bathroom. So we have, like scene work from some of the original illustrations from the Alice in Wonderland books.
Wow.
We've also, which are stunning, as some of the art. We have, a Haunted Mansion themed bedroom. We have a Beauty and the Beast themed room. We've got lots and lots of sort of Floridian Jungle Cruise sort of like lush greens throughout the whole house, as sort of through lines tying it together. We've got some other very, very exciting stuff, but I don't want to give it all away.
No, that's so cool.
One thing really, we kind of try to really do in every project is to have a color palette that ties everything together. So in this house, it's kind of that bright green,
nice,
a navy, a little bit pink, kind of a corally color, and you kind of are going to see that color from Star Wars to Haunted Mansion to Jungle Book downstairs, where you're like, oh well, navy and Star Wars makes sense, and navy and Aladdin makes sense. And
so there's your cohesive piece that kind of pulls it all together.
That way.
Yeah, cohesive is definitely the right word for it. Just trying to make sure that it still feels like one house, one place, but with lots of different themes and lots of different motifs that can get everybody excited. So, we've got things that are, if you're a 7-year-old boy coming to Disney with your family, you are going to be stoked out of your mind. Or if you are dad bringing your kids to Disney, who's maybe not the most excited about it, you're still going to be stoked out of your mind.
Yeah.
So
we really try to make sure that it's designs that everybody can be excited about and interested in, and so we're really, really excited for this project to go live.
That's
we want to have that feeling of walking from like Fantasyland to like Liberty Square, where it's kind of seamless and you don't really realize you're out of something until you've done it.
I love it. Amazing.
Intense there.
So where do you want to go from here? I mean, obviously things are starting to pick up a little bit. Tell us about what your vision is for the future and where you want to take your business.
Oh, we could do Disney houses all day long. We could make them films, I think, and not repeat once.
No, truly, we would love to be able to, obviously expand our work both, more across Orlando and across the Disney marketplace, and then also across the country. Because like we've said, Disney is not unique to just Orlando. It is not unique to just Florida. There are Disney lovers everywhere, and we would love to be able to help people, incorporate and integrate more, fun and magic into their homes, into their daily lives in ways that are as loud or as subtle as they would want it to be. But so we're really, really excited to, Zoe mentioned actually that we're, are currently onboarding a new client, which, obviously will bring new exciting challenges, and we really could just do 1,000 different Disney houses. And then once we finished all those, we would sit down on the couch and be like, I really wish that we had a project where we could do this thing, we immediately have the next thing ready.
Yeah.
I think we could do 5 different Haunted Mansion bedrooms and none of them would be the same.
Amazing.
That's so awesome. We need to get you out to California, out to Disneyland, because that's a whole new world of inspiration, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Oh God, we cannot wait. Actually, it's funny.
I think we talked about this, but we got to bring you to Utah as well now, because I mean, this has blown the doors off of kind of what we've envisioned for our home. And so, I mean, got to plan that out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we will be there.
Awesome.
We will be there.
We work in person. We do a mix of both, depending on what you want, what you need. But yeah, we're always happy to
We're
travel.
very funny dinner.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, we've really enjoyed having both of you. But before we head out, tell us where we can find you and find your work.
Yeah, so we're on Instagram and TikTok as DBD Lifestyles, and our website is dbd-lifestyles.com. We're also on Facebook as the admins of Disney Grand Millennials, which infuses a little bit of our style to kind of home design and also, park outfits and accessories and travel tips and everything. It's such a nice community over there, so that's really fun as well. And you'll soon be able to book our work on Airbnb and VRBO.
So exciting.
That's awesome.
We cannot wait to see it. Well, you two are both amazing, incredibly talented. And again, what a fun find. Your story is amazing, how you guys came together in Spain. And I think, again, like, what a world we live in, where now we've made some great new friends through this community, through Instagram, and just so excited to support you both and wishing you the best and can't wait for what's ahead. But yeah, that's it. So everybody, please make sure you check out Maddy and Zoe. They're incredible work. They're artists. They're visionaries. You'll love it. Thank you for supporting our podcast. Again, we'll post some bonus content. We'll actually post a video from this episode on our Patreon, so you can check that out. And then also don't forget to check out our t-shirt shop, shopthreadsofImagination.com.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
T-shirt? Oh my gosh.
We do t-shirts too. Yeah. Which again, that's our fun little side project that we get inspiration kind of in a similar way. We're riding a ride and it's one phrase, or it's, one design, something that pops into our head. So that's the beauty of the Disney universe, I guess, is inspiration is everywhere.
Do you have a Philhar Magic shirt?
We have a design for one that we're working on.
We do. Philhar Magic.
I need it.
That's it. We're bumping that one to the top. Okay. This one's for Maddy. We'll
have to do it.
Get it done.
Yeah, we'll have to do it.
So stoked for that.
Love it.
Awesome.
I will be your first customer of that shirt.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes. Sounds great. Well, thanks, guys. We really appreciate hanging out with you. And that's it for this episode. Until next wonderful Wednesday, TTFN.